What happens when narcissists discover you're smarter than they thought? Hey, great to see you again. Today we're going to talk about a very important subject that many of us deal with: how to deal with narcissists. Have you ever been with or been in a relationship where someone tried to control, manage, or put you down all the time? You most likely have to deal with a narcissist. These people often think they are better than others and use tricks like gaslighting, lying, and manipulating to keep their power. Narcissists want to rule other people, no matter how overt, covert, grandiose, or malicious they are. We will talk about the different ways narcissists try to control others in this movie. These include gaslighting, triangulation, intermittent reinforcement, and financial abuse. We'll also give you useful advice on how to spot these habits, set clear limits, and look out for your mental and emotional health. To keep your relationships healthy and your self-esteem high, you need to understand these strategies and know how to fight them. If you want to learn how to deal with narcissists in a healthy way, stay tuned and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more helpful material. A common thing that happens with narcissists is that they find out you're smarter than they thought earlier. A lot of the time, narcissists think they are smarter or more important than other people. This idea makes them want to be in charge even more and gives them a reason to be manipulative by gaslighting, lying, and other bad behaviors. Narcissists come in many forms, such as overt, hidden, grandiose, and malicious. However, they all want to be in charge. They break rules and use tricks to keep their power over other people. To protect yourself in interactions, you need to be aware of these strategies. When working with narcissists, it's important to set clear boundaries and put your own well-being first. Narcissists love to keep up the appearance of being better than others. To keep people off balance, they use confusing wording and gaslighting. They are very good at avoiding responsibility and putting the blame on others, sometimes even calling others narcissists. This makes it very hard to argue or try to reason with them. Most of the time, narcissists don't really say sorry because they don't want to accept fault. Instead of focused on what they say, it's better to watch what they do to see how sincere they are. Covert narcissists often keep control by giving people the quiet treatment and manipulating them with small signs. Narcissists will also question your memory and reason in order to make you doubt yourself. This is called gaslighting. To hide their tracks and stay in charge, they might even say that you need help. Their egos will only grow if you play their mind games, so it's important to be aware of their tricks and stay out of needless drama. Narcissists are very good at avoiding taking blame when they know they've done something wrong. It's not likely that they will sincerely say sorry or admit they were wrong. When this happens, staying away from them and interacting with them as little as possible is usually the best thing to do. Narcissists use a variety of manipulative behaviors to control others in relationships, especially loved ones. They might make up reasons, disappear when facts are brought to their attention, or start fights to control feelings and stay in charge. Knowing how selfish people act is important for keeping yourself safe and getting along with others. You can avoid getting involved in toxic relationships if you trust your gut and spot trickery early on. It's important to put your mental and emotional health first and stay away from situations where your emotions are ignored or manipulated. When working with narcissists, it's important to know how they work and be determined to keep your boundaries and self-respect. To keep yourself safe from their manipulative actions, you need to know how they usually act and trust your gut. To understand more about how narcissistic relationships work, it's important to look at the specific ways narcissists keep control and how to deal with them. Narcissists often use a variety of tricks to control their victims, making them feel lost, confused, and like they don't know what's real. Gaslighting is a common method used by narcissists to get their victims to question what they remember and how they see things. This can be anything from flat-out denying what happened to implying that the target is exaggerating or forgetting what happened. Over time, gaslighting makes the victim less sure of their own judgment, which makes them rely on the narcissist more for approval and the truth. The narcissist may also use triangulation, in which a third person is brought into the relationship to make the two people jealous and competitive. This can be done by praising someone else in front of the target or by spreading lies and rumors to make people not trust each other and cause trouble. The goal of triangulation is to keep the target vulnerable and off balance so that they are always trying to win back the narcissist's approval. Narcissists also use intermittent reinforcement, which means they give love and attention at times and then ignore or hurt the person at other times. This makes the target hopeless and lonely at the same time, wanting the narcissist's approval more and being ready to put up with more and more bad behavior in order to get it. In addition to these subtle forms of control, narcissists often use more overt ones, like financial abuse, where they make it hard for their victims to leave the relationship by limiting their access to money and other resources. To keep their power, they may also use threats and bullying, playing on the victim's fears and weaknesses to keep them in line. Defending against these strategies needs more than one method. The first step is to teach and raise knowledge. Knowing how narcissists act and what they do can help their victims spot the signs early on and take steps to protect themselves. One way to do this is to learn about the different kinds of narcissism and how they show up in interactions. It's also important to build a strong network of support. Narcissists often keep their victims away from family and friends, so it's important to stay in touch with people who can help and give you perspective. This network can help the victim feel better and see through the narcissist's tricks. One more important approach is to set and enforce limits. It's important to set clear, firm limits on what behaviors are acceptable and to constantly enforce them because narcissists love to test and push boundaries. Narcissists are very good at finding ways to get around rules, so this can be hard, but you need to be persistent and consistent. Therapy can also be very helpful for people who have been abused by narcissists. A good therapy can help the victim make sense of what happened, boost their self-esteem, and come up with ways to deal with the narcissist. Support or group treatment for people who have been abused by narcissists can also help them feel like they are part of a community and understand each other better. Sometimes, the best thing to do is to stop interacting with the narcissist and end all ties with them. In some situations, this is the only way to fully escape their control. It can be hard to do, especially if you share responsibilities or the narcissist is a family member. This could mean going to court to get restraining orders or make plans for child custody. It's important to get professional help and advice when you do these things. Also, it's important to take care of yourself and put your health first. Narcissistic abuse can be very bad for your physical and mental health, so it's important to do things for yourself that heal and recharge. This can include things like working out, meditating, having hobbies, and spending time with family and friends who are there for you. The effects of narcissistic abuse can be hard to see and deal with, and it may take some time to fully heal and rebuild. You should be patient with yourself and look for help and tools when you need them. By learning how narcissists work and taking steps to protect yourself, you can get away from their power and make relationships that are healthier and more satisfying. Thus, working with narcissists is a difficult and complicated task. Victims of their need for control and manipulation may feel helpless and confused, but it is possible to get through these situations and stay safe with knowledge, help, and good strategies. People can protect their mental and emotional health and escape the harmful effects of narcissistic abuse by recognizing the signs of narcissistic behavior, setting clear limits, and putting self-care first. Thanks for listening to our in-depth look at how to deal with narcissists. Remember that the first thing you need to do to protect yourself and keep your mental and emotional health is to understand how they work. You can set clear limits and stay away from their manipulative games if you know how to spot behaviors like gaslighting, triangulation, and intermittent reward. You can also get through and get better from these toxic relationships by putting yourself first and getting help from friends, family, or professional psychologists. Thanks for watching this video. If you thought it was helpful, please share it with someone who could also use the information. Please follow our station and click the bell icon to make sure you never miss an update. Leave your thoughts and stories about narcissists in the comments section below. They might help other people who are going through the same thing. Keep yourself healthy, up to date, and most importantly, true to who you are. Until then, be careful and keep learning new things to help yourself.